Welcome back. Today we'll discuss importing inventory items into the system. In the system, let's go to Quick Menu and Getting Started, and click on the button with two arrows next to Import Lists and Documents. This will open up the importing window. If you want to import inventory, select Inventory. Okay, and then just say yes. Next, prepare your file to import. Note that this should be saved as a CSV format. If your file contains headers, then you select the first row of my file contains headers checkbox. All right, so now I will select my file. And this is my file. And I'll say, okay. It's very important that your file is in a CSV format. And as you can see over here, we have the CSV preview and mapping window that appears. And here you can match the columns with the system attributes. Let's do it. So the first one, we click here on where it says choose field, and that's the inventory code. Then we have the inventory description. Then we have the product type, which is the inventory type. Wherever it's blank, you don't have to match that. Here we have the unit of measurement, which is the UOM set. Then we have the pricing, which is the product's price, as well as the cost, which is the expected cost. So the rest of the information is blank, so we don't really have to map it. And I will just say save and close. And then you can access this window later and make changes by clicking on the Show CSV and Map. Now let's take a look at the tabular sections. The required fields on the tabular sections are those fields that should be filled in anyway. Make sure all required fields are populated. Key fields in the field is the field that holds the unique data and identifies the record from all other records in the system. If you don't want to import some of the columns, you can choose the Do Not Import Column options. You can specify the default attributes here on the default value column. And here in this column, we can see which column in the spreadsheet it is mapped to. So for example, in case of this inventory item, we have mapped what we could. If your file has any other information like this, you can also map it accordingly. Now, let's have a look at our chart of accounts: inventory account, expense account, sales account, and cost of goods sold account. Now, this was not in our file, so we need to specify, otherwise the system won't allow us to import the inventory. So let's start by specifying the inventory account. I will double click here on default value, and then I will scroll down and select my inventory account. There you go. This is my inventory control account. Then I will click on expense account and select my expense account. For example, let's say cost of sales. Then I will have a look at my sales account. Now I need to select my sales account. Let's say all the sales that I make for this item will go to regular sales. Then our cost of goods sold account, which is our cost of sales. So now that I have my accounts, the system will allow me to import it. Because I didn't have my accounts, I would have gotten an error. Okay? Make sure that all the required fields are populated on the tabular section, and then click Prepare Data to continue to import. Check if the data looks correct before proceeding. As you can see, it all looks correct for me. And then click on Check Data. Then the system will tell you if any of these things failed. As we can see, nothing failed. All right. Then let's click on Back to Data Preview, and then we click on Import Data. Then the system will tell us if anything was imported successfully, and it will allow us to check the results. As you can see, nothing failed. Everything was imported successfully. There you go. And here we can see the things that we have imported. All right. That's how we're going to do our importing. Goodbye for now.